Located on the northern shore of the Gulf of Riga, Pärnu's first mention in historical records dates to the year 1251. Known for spas since the early 1800s, by the 20th century the town was popular with visitors. Today, Pärnu is Estonia's most popular vacation destination and one of the most appealing spots for the whole of Baltics. In the autumn of 2020, it was chosen as the most sustainable travel destination of the Baltics. In September 2015, a golf course opened only a short bicycle ride south of the city. It put Estonia on the map for golfers. The course, built in the coastal zone, respects the early 20th century golden age of architecture. Entirely built from sand, the course brings a feel to the game seldom seen in this area of the world. Skillful striking of the golf ball and knowing exact yardages will not be enough. You have to read the surfaces and use them to your advantage to score your best. The weather won't affect the way Pärnu Bay plays, but the wind will be different every day, which will make each round unique. Golf journalists from the game's most prominent countries have written articles placing the course among Europe's very best. Pärnu Bay has quickly become one of the exciting courses on the continent. This is every hole at Pärnu Bay. Exactly as Golf Course Architecture 101 teaches, Pärnu Bay welcomes golfers with a gentle par 5. You can hit the green in 3 shots, even if they are not your best. The view from the tee is telling. It's an indication of what is to come for most of the day. A simple and visible fairway followed by a boldly shaped green complex. There's plenty of room behind the green and to the right. You just want to avoid the left side. The second at Pärnu Bay is a mid-length par 3. Don't let the water bother you. It ends well before your shot lands on the ground. Strongly shaped green has many exciting hole locations. The day's pin placement will significantly influence scoring. Third hole and another par 5. Once again, the tees are in the midst of gorgeous pine trees. The tee shot takes you to an open area shared by 2 other holes. The fairway is vast, yet you may find yourself in the waste areas running adjacent to it. Most likely you won't lose your ball there, but you may find it in a footprint with bad luck. If you manage to avoid the vast waste areas and the grassy hollows around the green, you may have a good chance at a birdie. The par 3 fourth is the only hole at Pärnu Bay running directly away from the sea. Thus you will often be aided by a tailwind. Natural heather and the single pine tree will remain in your memory. The green is large with pronounced but not outrageous movement. The fifth is the first par 4 on the course. If you lose a ball at Pärnu, it could be here, as the hole is one of the narrowest. If you can stay clear of the sand, the first part of the hole, then the rest of the way is more manageable. To the right of the green and behind it, there is plenty of room. A large bunker guards the left of the green. The 6th hole turns back towards the sea and the clubhouse. The left bending par 4 may be the only hole described as a dogleg on the course. If you're brave enough to play your tee shot down the left side of the fairway, you will be rewarded with a better opening for your approach. It's better to keep your ball below the pin, as 2 troublesome depressions await behind the green. The 7th is a par 5. It is vast as an airfield, but not that long. If you can avoid shrewdly placed fairway bunkers, the hole should be one of the easiest to par. The large green looks simple from afar. On the green, you realize a good score demands sound planning before putting. After a few open holes, the 8th hides among beautiful pines. On the short par 4, the only way to risk a good score is to let your tee shot drift right. That may leave your approach stymied behind a tree, or you just may find yourself in a disadvantageous situation. The green is very receptive and one of the simplest on the course. The front 9 closes with a mid-length par 4. The hole is easier than looks from the tee as the fairway widens after the bunker. At Pärnu Bay, the golfer needs to remember that the ball doesn't stop immediately after landing. The green complex is one of the quirkiest on the course. When the hole location is on the right side or the back left, you should, regardless of skill level, be satisfied with a par. The back 9 starts with a gently right-bending par 5. It's the longest hole on the course, but no need to worry as there is room. The waist areas penetrating the fairway may cause some trouble. And there are trees to be avoided on this hole too. The large water hazard on the left should not influence your play. Bunkers and the swales protect the perched up green on the left and at the back. Par 3 11th is one of the most memorable holes at Pärnu Bay. Old pines, expansive wasteland, and a naturally meandering fairway rule the scene. Many think this is one of the hardest pars on the course. There is plenty of length before the narrow green surrounded by deep sand areas. The course returns to the open area with the par 4 12th. A single pine tree with a fairway bunker in line with it challenged the tee shot. The rest of the hole has more room, although it does narrow towards the end. Abrupt depressions on either side of the green await misplaced approaches. A par from them is a good save. While hitting north for the last time, sea winds from your left-hand side strengthen on the 13th. In favorable conditions, the par 4 of only 300 meters at its longest is drivable. A wide fairway with a harmless off-fairway area encourages bold play. But those planning an easy birdie may come away disappointed. The green is challenging and the player needs to understand the best angles. A gem of a hole, the mid-length par 3 14th, moves directly towards the sea. Depending on the wind, your club for the tee shot may be anything from the longest to the shortest in the bag. Apparently all have been used. The green is narrow and boldly shaped. No matter the pin placement, hitting it close requires an accurate shot in direction and in length. The seaside home stretch starts with a short par 4, the 15th. At this part of the course, the question is not if there is wind, rather how hard is it. Most often, the hole will seem longer than its meters. Narrow waist areas adjacent to the fairway may save your ball, but don't count on it. The green is like on the previous holes, challenging. The 16th is a subtle dog-leg left par 4. There is room outside the fairway on both sides. However, you never know how your ball will lie in the waist areas. The front of the green has a pronounced false front, so choose enough club to clear it. The small green has steep slopes on its perimeter. Aiming for the middle is good advice, no matter where the hole is. The 17th is the 5th par 3 and the first that heads south. Tightness of the tee turns into ample room near the green. The second shot on this hole is easier than most as the green is moderate in its movement compared to others at Pärnu Bay. The last 5 holes are the most memorable at Pärnu Bay. The 18th hole places the course among the best on the continent. Credit for placing the hole belongs to the course's founder and owner, Mr. Peter Hunt. There isn't anything scary about the hole other than the wind blowing from the bay. The hole is fairly short and straight for a par 5, but it has seen many victories and defeats, as have most last holes of the great courses. The course ends at a large green surrounded by waste areas. The 19th for the after games is only 30 steps away.